Greetings, everyone. It's Friday, and that means it is Chat Gauntlet Day, the official Chat Gauntlet Day. We've been basically doing a Chat Gauntlet for 7 days in a row. Well, not the weekend, but for the last week of streaming, we've basically been doing this every day. Drafting on mtgadraft.herokuapp.com, exporting our resulting decks to Arena, and then using the friend battle system to battle each other on Arena. And that's what we're going to do here today. It is our tradition on Fridays to set this up in advance and do this every Friday against viewers with whatever format we decide that week, and often with special guest streamers like we have this week. Nantuko Avatar is co-streaming this. He is streaming right now, probably doing his intros and whatnot, and he's going to be my first opponent, and we're gonna, I'm sure Skeptical Hat will set up a split stream if you want to watch both sides of the draft or the event itself. That's one way we can approach that when we have another streamer on here. Happy to have Nantuko playing with us this week. And we're doing the Arena Cube. So this is a new historic cube. Historic, of course, being Arena's vintage, right? Historic is effectively Arena vintage. Anything that we still find legal on Arena is historic. And plus the things they are bringing in specifically to add to that format. So this is a pretty high-powered cube. There's no... sometimes you see cubes that are pauper or peasant, which reduces the rarity level even allowed in the cube. This has full rarity allowed, so we're going to see tons of mythics and rares. One thing about drafting this on Arena, when you do it in this Arena system, if you were to do this, is you would basically... Oh, is there start? Give us a free one? Why does it say start? I don't know what the start button is without having paid, but anyway, we're going to be drafting this Arena Cube. It's very powered, and so I had some questions about how to approach a new cube when you don't know what's in it. And first one's on the house. That's nice. Okay, that's cool, Wizards, because this is a pretty steep prize structure, so it's nice that they're giving the first one on the house. That's cool. Maybe we'll do that next week or something. We're not going to do that today, though. We're gonna battle against each other today. In any case, let's talk for a second about approaching a new cube. One thing to remember first about all cubes is that they're going to have baseline, generically powerful cards in that color's strength, right? Red is going to have great burn spells. Green is going to have ramp spells at big creatures, right? Blue is going to have counter spells, card draw, and probably some beefy flyers, right? White is going to have weenies and lots of O-ring and control, manage anything type effects and wrath effects. Black is going to have discard, lots of direct pinpoint creature removal, and some costly card draw. You just know fundamentally the baseline stuff is going to be there. So then really what it comes down to is the non-baseline stuff. You're looking for what are build around plans? What cards are strategies in and of themselves? That's what I'm looking for early. Like yesterday, we took Liliana, the war leader, the general, whatever, Dreadhorde general, and that's a card that's a plan in and of itself. It is an end game plan. It informs the whole rest of your draft if you stick with that pick, because you're basically playing a base black control deck that's looking to make it to Liliana and then take over the game with her, right? So you're trying to find, in the non-staple stuff, plan cards. You want to find plan cards, and then the question is, what order are you taking this stuff in? Do you take the generic staples first, or you take the plan cards first? That's just tough, and that's just contextual. But basically, I'm looking to prioritize the best of the best stuff first, like really powerful plan cards, not niche corner edge case, maybe build around this if it's late, but like the Lilianas, this is a strategy in and of itself. We're gonna start here and go with this. So you can find, I tend to trust cube designers. So when I see a build around, Liliana is not a build around in a traditional sense. Liliana is just a powerful end game magic card, but it doesn't require you to do much other than make it to 6 mana and protect yourself and have some protection for her. Whereas other strategies might call out an entirely different strategy. So like I forget what it's called. I'm sure chat will let me know, but it's like 3 white for an enchantment that says whenever you produce a token, instead make it a 4/4 angel token, right? Like make it a Sarah angel. And that kind of build, that is not like that. If you don't build around that, that does nothing, right? Divine Visitation. I don't know if Divine Visitation is even in the cube, right? But the point is, if it is, and you see it, I trust that the cube designers put it there for a reason, that there's a lot of token making in the cube, and that you could take that and build around it. But it's also the kind of thing that I might wait on and say, well, if nobody else is going to do that thing, I'll consider it on the wheel or whatever. But so those are the ones where if it's really truly build around, you got to ask yourself if it's powerful enough if you really want to do that. Because what you can do instead, to go back to that generic stuff, the good burn, the good beef, the good ramp, the good removal, all that, good counters, the good card draw, you can just start with the generically good stuff and then try to see what the tables are telling you is open. So those are the two approaches that I tend to take when jumping into a cube I'm not familiar with. I'm either trusting the designers, looking for great build-arounds and drafting them appropriately, finding generically great build-arounds like Liliana that don't need a lot of help other than normal Magic cards and starting there. Or just taking the best of the generically good stuff in those colors to stay open and figure out which direction to take that great removal spell, that great burn spell, that great counter spell, right? So that's how I approach that. And how I approach building a cube is to go to cardkingdom.com, because I have multiple cubes that I maintain, and I'm a blingy guy when it comes to it in paper. I like my bling, especially in my cubes, and so Card Kingdom is one of my favorite places to get bling for my cubes. I often will find a little foil that maybe I didn't have before and treat myself to a little cube upgrade. And sometimes when I'm not feeling like it's time, like I don't quite have the budget for it, or it's not the right time for that, or they don't have it, I'll use their wish system and tuck it away as something to remember that I want later. And then I can, by using that wish system that Card Kingdom has, I can also get alerted when that special foil that they don't quite have right now, but that I really want for my cube, comes in. I can jump on it and be first in line for that. So I really appreciate Card Kingdom's sponsorship, and I'm going to ask you to check them out via my affiliate link. That lets them know you got there from here. That helps out my stream. Basically, if you go to Card Kingdom from my affiliate link, anything you do after that there, whether it's browse, buy, or sell, is going to be reflected on my stream, and that's really great for me. Keeps the stream on the air. So whenever you're hunting for physical cards, please check out Card Kingdom via my affiliate link. Thanks, gang. And now we're going to hop over, since we're not even using this actual arena draft today, we're going to pop over to left monitor here. Oops, that's not left monitor. Or it is. Sorry, it is, but this is in the way. There we go. All right, so we're going to say we're ready and jump in and approach this with the philosophy indicated. Looking forward to it. Also, the main thing we're playing for today is to see who can get to 4 wins first, whether chat or me can hit the 4 win mark first. But a little side bet is that if chat can 0-7 me, I have to give up control of my own hair on my head to chat. So always like to pick up my first win in these events and save my hair for the week. Let's see what we got. Search for Azcanta is a great control card. Again, what I'm looking for, like, this is what I'd say is like a generically good card. This is not exactly like Liliana. It doesn't win you the game, but it is this turn-by-turn value engine. And I love starting on turn-by-turn value engines. Loxodon is a busted white card for the white weenie. You could also take Loxodon here and move into that strategy. There's nothing fantastic here, honestly. So I do, or you could take a Wrath if you want to control the weenie hordes. You could take a Ritual, but I think I like Search. Yeah, I'm not loving any of this. I'm really on the mindset of Search or Loxodon, honestly. Maybe I'll put this to chat, because Loxodon heads us towards mono white aggro, and search heads us towards more control-y. I'm going to see what chat wants to do with this one. I'm going to give a quick 25-second poll that has enough time to land before this time runs out, and I'll do either one. I'll head towards mono white aggro, or I'll head towards blue control. You all tell me what direction we're going. But Loxodon is one of the payoff cards for mono white aggro that makes it worth going for me. Like, I love this card. This card is busted if you really build around it, so it's a fine first pick to me. But Azcanta sets up a real good long game plan. Search has 8, so we'll take the search. Entrancing Melody is powerful. Stealing Creatures is great, but I do like a Murmuring Mystic after a search. I mean, remember that when search flips, this doesn't show the Sunken Ruin side, you know, but search digs specifically for instants and sorceries, which is what specifically triggers Murmuring Mystic. So it's a nice 1-2 start. Patient Rebuilding from Croaker. And several people want the Patient Rebuilding. Let's look at this one. At the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard. Then you draw a card for each land card put into that graveyard this way. Booze is strong. What are we talking about with Booze? Are you talking about Benthic Biomancer? What am I missing? Oh, Biogenic Ooze, yes. That is a good one. That is a strong... Because this has repeat value, right? Again, we're looking at these cards that... We're starting out with cards that do something turn after turn after turn, not just doing something... Not just being a one-shot effect or a one turn. I think I'm going to... Like, Patient Rebuilding does look super powerful. Yeah, Ooze is definitely a consideration. I think it's... to me, it's like all 3 of these produce turn after turn value. We haven't done blue-green. We could try Ooze. But I'm going to take Mystic. I like Mystic plus Azcanta. Maybe it's not the most powerful. Like, Patient Rebuilding and Biogenic Ooze might be a little more powerful. But Mystic is a plan I really like. And it really goes with our first pick well. Here we could take Saheeli to move in on this. It also stays 1 color. For those of you who wanted the Ooze, it's very good. Heck, maybe we lose to that card, but I did like staying 1 color. Thirst for Meaning is interesting. Yeah, I think Saheeli, though, is really what we're... Again, what we're headed towards, what we're trying to do. Non-creature stuff. Breeding Pool is interesting, too. But let's do this. Let's try and be red-blue spells. I also like that Search triggers Saheeli. Like, a subtle difference between all this stuff is instant or sorcery versus non-creature. So note that Saheeli is in the non-creature camp and is triggered by something like Search. Mystic only triggered by instants and sorceries. Yeah, and right now we're only in blue. I say we can head towards blue-red spells, because obviously Saheeli's at her very best when supported by red spells as well. But right now we're monocolored. One more. By any chance, would you taken the P1, if you'd taken the P1, P2 Ooze, would the dual land went up? Oh yeah, dual land would have definitely gone up if we'd taken the Ooze. Essence Scatterer. Hard 2-mana counters are pretty good in this type of deck. It's hard for creatures only, of course, but mostly people are going to be doing that. Chart a Course is good also. What else are we looking at? We got Blink, also on the plan. I think scatter is where we want to be, though, right now. I think. Any opinions? I think we take one of these blue cards, stick on our blue plan, and see where it goes. But all three of them are good, and all three of them are close in value. But that's a good point. Scatter keeps up Azcanta once this is flipped. So does Blink. So I guess Blink or Scatter, but I'm going to take Scatter now. Cool. I like. This is a direction I haven't gone in this cube, or not this cube. This cube is 2 days old, but I haven't often gone red blue spells, and it's a strategy I like. So this is interesting. Connive is takeable for this. Connive concoct. We might find blue or black for the splash, but Connive itself, gaining control of target creature with power 2 or less, is pretty powerful. Dive down is not, we're doing spells, not, we could take something like a Phoenix to get finishing, but I think we'll just stay on the mono blue spells plan here. Folio Fancies is interesting. Bath Dant wants the Phoenix, but we're not even red yet. In a vacuum, the best card here, that's a good question. Boy, it might be Folio. It might even be the Connive Concoct. I mean, this is a 2-for-1. It's expensive and it only gets small things, but you could make a case for Connive Concoct as the strongest here. Folio is a plan in of itself. We could even take the Folio and try to make this our plan. We still might. I mean, I don't know if Patient Rebuilding comes around, but we could take the Folio and hedge. But I think Connive is fine. We'll take that. Fire Prophecy to head towards the red side of the spells. We could take a Dungeon Geist as a fine playable. It's not on theme, but you do need to win. So it's one of these two. Do you like moving into red and really sticking to the plan here, or do you like taking the abstractly more powerful Dungeon Geists that keeps us mono blue? That's kind of where I'm at here. You can see that I have Prophecy highlighted. Well, we still might get the Phoenix. Yeah, I don't think either will wheel. If we take the Geist, though, we also really lock down blue to the left. We've really cut blue. And we don't have a red card yet. So that's an interesting argument for the Geists. Cathartic truly... Yeah, Cathartic might wheel. I'm going to take the... I really like the Fire Prophecy. I'm going to take the Geist on the color consideration. I think it matters. Wow, look at this pack, though. I think we're in the right lane with all this red. We could even take a Siege... Siege Gang is kind of bomby. This is like a good reason to go into red. I'm very surprised this is still here. So, yeah, it looks like we are going to head towards red-blue with that pick. Kind of wish I took the Fire Prophecy now. Nah, not really. This is fine. This is kind of what I'm looking at. I think we take Skewer here, though, over the Shock. Deacon wants the Grave. That's understandable, but Deacon, look at this signal. I think you can't ignore the red signal here. Yeah, we could take Siege Gang and just open on a Balmy Red rare. Like, this Skewer is a little bit more what we're doing, but Siege Gang is something else. Yeah, let's take Siege Gang. But boy, are we sending some signals on the red there. That's okay, though. I like Callous Dismissal here. This is a perfect time for this. Yeah, if you like Skewer over Siege, that's fine. It was tough. Pretty easy Callous Dismissal here, though. mean, we talked about that yesterday. Is that, Deacon, did you mention it yesterday? I mean, Crucibles in the cube, it's not great. Maybe it should be cut. You could make an argument, but any cube that has lands that sacrifice themselves can justify including a Crucible. Intervention or capture? I guess we take capture because we could still even abandon red. Could also take a Golden Demise. That's a good control card if we ended up wanting to go in the black direction. I mean, we really take Golden Demise here, and it would be a legit consideration. Yeah, intervention is too, for sure. It's even got, we're starting to get a lot of token action. Maybe we can make that work. Yeah, let's take intervention. And might take Remorse. Although Dark Dweller Oracle has some play because of the tokens we're making. Yeah, you may be right, Deacon. Maybe it's a trap. Maybe they're trying to see. A lot of times, wizards will try something in a cube and then just look at the data. Yeah, we can take the Oracle to cut red. I guess red is where we want to be, right? I mean, I could take the Remorse, but realistically, signal-wise, we just totally want to be red here, right? And here's a Thirst for Meaning that came back around. Boy. We're not really discarding enchantment cards, though, so I'll just take the Dragonfire, or do we want Chandra? What is Chandra doing? Chandra recasts instants and stuff. But this actually hits Planeswalkers. I'm going to take the plain old removal spell, which is weird, and pass by the Planeswalker. Pyromancer here can hit Planeswalkers at least, although it's not likely to make the final cut. Yeah, Chandra did have some interactions with Saheeli. Let's cut. She will. Yeah, we'll cut Pride of Conquerors. Although it being here suggests that nobody's really doing the white weenie thing. Reunion did come back. That's good for us. Skewer came back. That was what I almost took over the over the Siege Gang. So yeah, we may be in the right place, gang. We might be in the right place. I think we leave Shieldbreaker and take the Shivan Fire, or is there a blue card to consider? Thief of Sanity. Here's that Visitation I was using as an object example. We could take Lonely Sandbar. Nobody seems to be in red, so we probably wheel Shivan Fire and Shieldbreaker. We could just take the Sandbar. Probably wheeling the Sandbar too. Or we could take Shadow Spear, although we're not really trying to lean on creatures here. We're trying to be spell heavy. Yeah, Shadow Spear is powerful, question mark, but is it powerful for us? Maybe, throw this on a Siege Gang commander and your shocks are lightning helixes or whatever. Yeah, you just be straightforward and take the Shivan Fire, though. Be sure about it. But red seems so open, yeah, and this is so generic. I think we could really just do one of these two. I don't know if we're running this, is the thing. I don't think Shadow Spear wheels. I think people are going to have decks that make better use of this. Yeah, I don't think this is a Shadow Spear deck. I think it's a good card, but not here. I mean, we could end up wanting to be there, but let's just wheel the shield breaker and kill the Shadow Spear if someone uses it against us. And I think I'm just going to take fire over the sandbar. Insight for some card draw. Outcast is kind of, could be a win condition for a deck like this. Fight with Fire is interesting as well, but I expect that to wheel based on what we've seen. I'm going to take Insight. Oh yeah, Talrand is on plan, but probably wheels, so we just take Talrand to be sure. I don't think anybody else wants Talrand. I'm going to be bold and try and wheel Talrand. I'm gonna gamble. If we don't find it, it's not the end of the world anyway. We have some payoffs already. We have some Murmuring Mystic actions, Saheeli, so we have some payoffs even if we don't get that back. So I'm gonna take the best card. Scholar, it would be a fine top end, but it's Sulfur Falls. I certainly like casting our spells. Want that Spell Pierce. Ooh, Spell Pierce is lovely. But I think this is where we do want a Falls. Falls and hope Scholar or Spell Pierce comes back. We'll take either one and be sad if we get neither one. We don't really want a Monstrosaur. Pierce is very good. Pierce is very good, but casting spells is even better. Ooh, Electrostatic Field is right on plan, but also probably wheels. We have a, oh my, Night Veil Sprite, so dear to my heart. Steam Vents, talk about fixing. Whoo! Emery, not really what we're doing, but passing. Hopefully, I think we wheel the field, and this is going to be great for us. So now I'm on Sprite versus Vents, which are the two things that aren't likely to wheel. And I'm going to take the Vents. I think we are pretty strong on playables, so we just want to make sure we cast our spells. And Wall would be pretty important to have, but I really think nobody else is going to be interested in it, and we'll get it back. Like, who's going to take... Like, if they're hating, then maybe, but who's... I don't know. I would be amazed if this doesn't wheel, so I'm going to take the Vents here. And we'll just burn the Sprite out of the sky if somebody dare play it against us. Opt. I like an Opt in this kind of deck over a Trickster. Triggers everything and helps us dig for our good stuff. Corrosion is interesting, but it's kind of a win con. There is clearly a mill deck going around. We may face somebody today who is drafting the mill deck. We passed 3 good mill cards now. I like how this is coming together, though. I don't know how good it's going to play out, but in terms of being in a lane that's clearly open and finding good tools for getting it done, we're certainly doing that. Forbidden Friendship is an instant or sorcery, and it provides some dudes, but we're not... I like the incidental go wide we're doing. I don't know if we are deliberate take a spell to go wide, go wide. But Fibblethip just, yeah, it just slots in and interacts. I think this is just better, even though this is on theme. Yeah, Arch is interesting, although, yeah, we're going to crank out tokens and whatnot. We could Arch. Again, we also are, again, we're not low on playables. Like, that's one reason to prioritize lands, is that if you feel like your deck is solid, let's take Arch, and I'll take basically anything that wheels here and consider it. Dream Eater, I believe you can snack me through the night. Silent Departure is super tempo, neutralize, good counter spell. Dream Eater is like a finisher. Do we even need it? Blitz is also quite on plan. Yeah, I think counter makes more sense to me. Surveil 4 is nice, no doubt. But we don't have actually a lot of hard counters yet. So I'm going to take a hard counter. I think that's fine. Fae of Wishes could turn our sideboard into something a little accessible. But maybe Fabled Passage here, continuing the trend towards good mana. I don't know what we're going to get outside the game that we'd be like. Do we have side? This is our way to sideboard within a format where we're not sideboarding, but I don't see anything that's like, haha, that's an amazing thing to sneak out of the board. So I'm going to go with Passage and continue being able to cast all of our spells. Yeah, I don't think I didn't really consider Karn's temporal, but we could look. I mean, you need. We're not even don't even have permanence, much less. We have Saheeli, right? That's it. So yeah, we're nowhere close there. We're not close enough. We'll just take Fabled Passage. Sandbar comes back for us. Nothing else. What were we hoping for? I feel like there was something else we were hoping would wheel here, and that hasn't. But Sandbar Wheel is nice. Shieldbreaker, yeah. Oh, Talrand was... Talrand is next. If we're getting Talrand, it's next. Crossing your fingers for Talrand. I think the wall is in 2 picks. I think it goes Talrand, then wall. Man, Talrand was taken. Okay. Well, we knew that was a risk. We got to fight with fire instead. Bond is good, though. Do both of these. I guess a little more interaction, though, is nice, and we're low at 3. Yeah, let's take fight. Bond is interesting. I think we want fight, though. I kind of want both of those. See if we can get our wall, at least. Boy, no wall either. We've got the Scholar back. Well, maybe I'm off on my wheels. Maybe wall is next, question mark? Maybe I'm forgetting. But Scholar's a okay wheel. We may be up against someone doing this, though. I mean, there have been some other red-blue picks missing. Yeah, Pierce is gone here. Okay, we got our field. Thank goodness. There's Joyra, but we're not really doing the historic thing, so we're going to happily take our field. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know if we're playing 7s here, although we are trying to go pretty late. Corrosion came back. Maybe nobody's actually doing that theme. Are we? Backup WinCon. I don't think so. I think we have frontward win cons. We already have a deck, so we have a whole other pack to improve here. Maybe even Warkite Marauder is still the correct thing. I'm going to take the Warkite Marauder because... oh, and Departure? Nice. I took the Marauder because we have a lot of burn, and we can... In a lot of cases, we should be able to take someone's huge, gigantic creature, attack, and then burn it out with a shock or whatever. There's that Secret Keeper someone was asking about. Negate, though, leaps out at me. Sprite Dragon is on plan. So is Slaying Fire. Do you think we can wheel the Sprite Dragon? Maybe we let the Negate go. We're never getting the late Negate back. So if we give up Negate, we're not seeing it again. We might wheel this, which is what I'm thinking about, especially pick one here. Yeah, so that's... Woodrow points out that Talrand didn't wheel, but it could have been just a cut. And Talrand is a single color. This is a two color. All right, I'll take this Sprite Dragon. It's a payoff for what we're doing. Let's have fun with it. Maybe that means we're not doing the Marauder trick. Niv-Mize is decent for our deck, wouldn't you say? Bingo. Yeah, and now the Sulphur Falls, Steam Vents picks, and even the Arch, or the Fabled Passage are looking good, and the Arch is... Should we even play it? Like, the Arch... If you play the Arch anywhere in your first 6 turns, you can't be casting Niv on 6. Yeah, probably not going to play this because of that now. By the way, I'm already off standard again. But it's my own fault. I got paired against a Cat Oven deck and didn't scoop. Ooh, I saw the Bone Crusher Giant and was super happy just to have access to that here. But Legion War Boss is an engine card and could be worth considering here as an additional win con. But I think we probably just want Bone Crusher. And again... Legion War Boss might go to somebody else, but Legion War Boss shouldn't be a problem for us if we keep picking up things like Bone Crusher Giant. So let's stay flexible and stay on plan and take the Giant. Torbran is interesting, but really more for mono red. This looks like a bad pack for us, actually. Really like nothing here. Midnight Clock. Midnight, is that playable? I mean, it does ramp to Niv. We could, at this point, take something that really hoses us if we thought there was a really great card against us. But I don't even see that here, per se. Yeah, Squee could work the Siege Gang plan, but that feels like a secondary consideration. Torbran working with Field... Yeah, Torbran works with Field. I don't think Torbran is enough for us here, though. Too hard on the mana for too little effect. This is a good reason to, take Torbran and move into the aggro red. Like, Torbran and Embercleave are the things that tend to get me into red early. Right on, Weekly. I love disc golf. We have some great disc golf courses in our area. I say I love disc golf. I haven't disc golfed in probably a decade, but in the abstract, I love it. I have loved it. Nucleo feels like we have enough fixing to justify the Tor brand. I think it's a matter of having both the fixing and the red damage sources, though. Yeah, we could cut a God's Willing to stop him from saving. Anybody want to check Nan's stream? How's he doing? Should I keep waiting for Nantuko? Oh, nice. Disc golf is great. I don't like golf. I like disc golf. Golf feels like you need to spend $8 million to get adequate, like worse than Magic, you know? And I don't feel like I have the time, patience, or money to get adequate at golf. But disc golf, you just have to know how to chuck a frisbee. I can do that. Yeah, I can pay $40, go to a local course and chuck a heavy frisbee at a little basket. Totally. Andy says, I've accepted that I suck at disc golf and I'm okay with it. Nice to be outdoors with friends. Exactly. It's just I don't like golf, but in fact, I can't remember whose book it is, or who coined it, but calling golf a good walk spoiled is brilliant. And I would say disc golf is a good walk augmented. Well, that's just a rude person, East. Nobody should foist their music on other people without their consent. I foist my music on you, but you have a mute button available. You can just mute it, show up later. Back online but can't rejoin. Oh, disagree. He's rejoined. Nice. So back to this weak ass pick. It's like either this Midnight Clock or God's Willing. Torbrand has some supporters, but I don't think this is a Torbrand deck. It just is. It's pushing us in two difficult directions. Maybe we get the cards from here that make me wish we had taken this, but I'm going to take the Clock. I'll take the God's Willing. I bet we wheel the Clock, but I don't want to play that Clock. I like the idea of cutting a card that's annoying to us. Am I at risk with the DMCA stuff? As far as I know, Fiddles, no. Like, all that's... Oh, let's see. Let's get more a hard counter. Another hard counter is good here. Especially we're low on threes. Oh, Nan. I'm not saying that annoyed with Nan. I'm like, oh, poor Nan. Kiln Fiend actually is a payoff, though. We could take that. Although, again, I bet it wheels. Let's take the DSP. I think we probably do, just because we're not super deep on threes. I actually like getting another 3-mana counter here. Yeah, if my old stuff started getting slammed for the memes, that would be tough. But this is about Twitch, right? Not about YouTube. And I really don't... once I get exported and loaded to YouTube, that's fine. I don't really care what happens to the VOD. I'm going to hold that, but look at all this awesomeness. What do you want? Lightning Strike, Runaway Steamkin, or Value Pirate? Yeah, good question. Strike like burn. We've got Shivan Fire. We've got Intervention. Here, I'll reserve this for now. Dragon Fire. Fight with Fire. Skewer the Critics. And I think we're going to wheel another one that we passed early. Maybe we still want to strike here. Yeah, Deacon Black called it the Slaying Fires. I think we're getting Slaying Fire back. Steamkin, awfully powerful. So is Direfleet, though. But Steamkin wants everything to be red. I think we take Direfleet, and maybe we wheel the Lightning Strike. But if not, I think we are expecting to get some... Ooh, Curious Obsession is interesting. We maybe have just enough for that to be interesting. But we're also drawing cards fine anyway. Maybe we just want this kind of card draw. Red Cap is interesting, but risky. Human count. Let's see. Yeah, how often are we... That's a goblin. No, that's a human. That's a human. We got a couple humans, but we just don't have many creatures to speak of to begin with. So... Yeah, this might not matter, so I'm going to take the Curious Obsession. To the extreme, I rock the mic like a vandal. Light up a stage, I wax a chump like a candle. Sippin' at no coffee. Story of my days. I don't think we're playing that. I start making some cuts. I think we're playing the Arch. Trying to cast Niv. Let's face it, we're not casting. We're not playing that. I'm going to move these out now just so I see my total count. Wasn't there something we were trying to wheel from the first pack that didn't make it here? This looks... Quick! This is a cut it situation, actually. Probably get rid of the Bronte. I don't think we take the Cove. We're not doing any... We're not splashing white ever here. I can't think of what we would find before the end of this draft that would make us want to splash white. Although the tools are sure there. Yeah, Silent Departure can seem that way, but it is a second spell. It's really powerful to do it twice. I felt the same way, David, at the beginning of the Innistrad draft format, and then came way, way, way around on it. Let's cut the Hallowed Fountain. Let's not let anybody have better mana. Which could have been the reason to take the land last time, really. Yeah, same theory. Let's just cut fixing. Yeah, Chain Whirler seemed too difficult. We're never going to use it. Squeak comes back. I still don't think we're... it has some applications in the deck. I just think it's a little too cute for where we're headed. Scholar seems also too cute for the cost. Kiln Fiend is worth trying, I think. Yeah, we can probably cut Connive. It's really good when you pull it off, though. But we would want the black. I think we do have the Fabled Passage, but I think you're right that we want black in that case. Not playing these aggro red. Probably not playing the Pyromancer. I do like the Warkite Marauder trick. You know, we do have enough burn that, I mean, Warkite Marauder helps you take out 7/7s, you know? Swaggy, awesome. What do you know what sleeves offhand, or do you want to take a look? Okay. Yeah, mono red is a reasonable way to... Nobody likes... I say nobody. Often people pass up on mono red and cube, even though it's good, because it's not what they signed up to do with their time. Leaving, often, one of the more powerful decks in the format available to you. I say the format. It depends on the cube, of course. But historically, a nice, tight, low-down, top-of-the-line mono red deck in any given cube has been a very good deck. Deacon says the Kiln Fiend feels too aggro. Maybe, but I guess we're doing the Kiln Fiend in the air with the Sprite Dragon, and having the evasion up here and the permanent counters is better. We don't really need the Kiln Fiend. I think Deacon is right on that. Just need a couple of cuts now, and we're there. We could still cut the Marauder, despite my feelings that it could be useful against the stuff where our burn isn't good enough. Light up the stage is going to be good enough, I think. We do have some card draw, so let's look at, like, I'll put it in the consideration for things we could think about cutting, but I think we like the Departure as well. Although we'd like it more if we had the Kiln Fiend. Like, if we're running the Kiln Fiend, then I really want the Departure. And if we get Electrostatic Field going, that works. Yeah, all of this is good. Opt is really on plan. Opt is great for this deck. It puts a counter on Sprite Dragon, fires this off, searches for your search, triggers Niv-Mize, triggers Murmuring Mystic, all for very cheap. You know, triggers Saheeli. It does a lot of what we need. It doesn't look like much, but it is synergistic with a ton of what's going on in our deck. Yeah, that's true. We could get rid of Cathartic Reunion, especially if we feel like we actually need the lands we're going to get with all of our card draw and stuff. Maybe Cathartic is... Yeah, we should make 2 cuts. It's like pack 2, pick 3 or something where we got Niv. Synergy versus power depends on your payoffs. In this case, we have so much payoff. So let's look at our spell payoffs. We've got, well, Niv-Mize is one, so it's fine. Call that a spell payoff. Here's a spell payoff. Here's a spell payoff. What else is a spell payoff? Saheeli is a spell payoff. And to an extent, Search is a spell payoff because having the instants and sorceries. So when you've got this level of payoff, that's when synergy is more important than power. Like Siege Gang is even a possible cut. Funky, did you hear why? This is why I have it on the cut list, and maybe I should just cut it and move on. But I'm clinging to the Marauder on the theory that attacking down a 7/7 green creature and then picking it off with a Scorching Dragonfire is pretty strong. And I'm not going to cut... East wants to cut the counter. I don't want to cut a three drop hard counter. We can cut the Marauder. I guess I'll give it up, but I want to come up with my alternative. I'll cut Marauder and say that if not Marauder, I probably cut like Departure. So let's see if I'd rather have Departure or Marauder in the final build when it comes up. Yeah, and this is a bomb, but pack 3, the trouble with, I mean, if you, like, even opening on this is pretty committing. I think you could open on this in spec, but it gets passed a lot because, frankly, if you're not specifically heavy red, heavy blue, you really don't want this. Yeah, Callous or Departure. Well, we'll start with Marauder out and maybe bring it back in later. And then lands we are playing include Sulphur Falls, Steam Vents, Fabled Passage, Lonely Sandbar. And then with 3 that do anything in a blue, we're a little lighter on red. So this looks correct. 7, 8, 9, 10 blue, 11 blue sources, 6, 7, 8, 9 red sources. With the didn't say please and the neutralize, I like a little bit better on the blue. Yeah, we could, well, maybe try it this way. All right, I'll do Marauder out and, or Marauder in and Departure out. Dismissal at least gets non-land permanent as opposed to creature. We'll try it this way first. But same thing, when we get Marauder, I'll wonder if it should have been the Departure. And then let's export this. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Deck building time. Anybody else redeem bling? I know we've got somebody redeeming sleeves. Oops, not profile. Let's kill this Obosh deck. Let's kill this companion deck. Some sleeve options for swag. Well, I only allow 1 redemption per day on the bling stuff, so if the redemption is still there, it hasn't been redeemed yet. All right, thanks, Hat. We'll get there quick. And I'm gonna put in some sweet lands. Let's go Avon today. Unless someone wants to redeem. Ah, Rebecca lands, there you go. Redeemed. And I know where they are too, right here. Boom. A boom. And we will throw Niv as the box and Niv-Mize it. What do we need? Oh, we got to craft a departure. But that's it. Okay, pretty easy there. I think they were War Furnace. Maybe, oh, maybe not. Maybe they were made just for, sometimes Wizards has art that gets made for something then not used, and they're like, oh, let's use it for this instead. So it could have been one of those. Make sure everything looks good on numbers. Yeah, all right. Wonder if anybody did the mill thing. Maybe not. We'll see. I'm excited to see what a 5-sub bet. Sure. $25 bet with Non on this. Oh, I didn't name. Oh, isn't that? Do we fail to save the name? Hold on. Wait. I might have screwed this up. Oh, yeah. I totally didn't save. Darn it. Sorry. Boring part. Redux. And there, right? All good? All right. I got hair on the line, I got money on the line, I got pride on the line. It's all on the line! Fine looking start here. I'm going to play the island, open on opt, and then probably steam vents for 2 damage to follow with search. We can do a par poll. How do you think I'm going to do this week, everybody? Par. We need to update that to have a 1, or because, you know, gotta have people vote for also lol for no hair and 1 for shame. Love struck beast. Mountain. Yeah, we'll keep land. We need some land here. Pile it on. And I'm gonna go for the painless search. Not yet, D. I'll tell you, I was nervous after 04. So about 04 is apparently where I get nervous. Ooh, yes, we will labor that. Let's see. We don't have anything we want to do for 3, so I'm going to play a Painless Steam Vents here, and then we will Bone Crush or Scorch. And let's stomp the... we'll stomp the Shield Breaker, and then we can Scorch the 1/1 if we need to keep the big dude from attacking. We could, well, I don't want to give them, I guess with their red and green, we don't need to do it now, but I don't want to give them, like, any windows to do stuff. There's just no real pump spells in the format, though, so it's pretty safe. Every week that goes by is a week where I'm less concerned about losing my hair because I kind of need a haircut. So Perforos's Intervention does twice X, so we can kill Lovestruck Beast even, you know, when we untap if we want, if we think that's the thing that needs to die. Now I think we'll Graveyard land. We still want more of it, but I think we're just going to have enough in general. Unfortunately, Daredevil does not let you cast the... these are not... This is a creature, right? So Daredevil does not get to get their creature. So we have Dragonfire... Deacon says stomp the token, but now we can just Dragonfire the Lovestruck Beast, which I like doing. Let's just do that. Thinking ahead to Niv-Mize. We're pretty red in the hand. We already have... I'm going to go with another island here. Pretty big card to be able to, at 4 mana, take out a 5/5. If we find a land, we can Dragonfire. Ooh, we're gonna library that even though we can't cast it yet. Yeah, I'm just gonna Scorch... And I'm going to do it now. And I think I even play... Do we play a no-value Daredevil? Maybe we don't need to. Maybe that's just being greedy or not greedy enough to not try to get value out of the Daredevil. Are we happy with a 2/1 first strike right now is the bottom line. We don't have any other action. We could also use it to ditch to the Insight, though. Oh, it's no value, or it's only the value of being a 2/1 first strike, right? Because when it enters, exile target instant or sorcery from an opponent's graveyard, and there are none. So yeah, we might just ditch it to the Insight. So let's hold. We may get value from it by holding it. We may pitch it to the Insight. Either way, I think it's more important in those two roles than as a random 2/1 on this board. I've been saying I was going to bin land, but now that we got Niv-Mize, we actually want that. And we can just draw lands this turn. Or draw this turn off the Insight. So I'll library that. Yeah, we could also play the Giant. Giant threatens... Anax nicely, although if Anax gets one more red permanent, it trades with a Giant. That's still fine, though. So I'm down with that. That's true. Azcanta Flip gives land. I think we're not super close to that, though. Oh, well, maybe we are. We're closer than I thought. Very, very good to point out. But I like the Bone Crusher Giant here. Give us, yeah, it gives us blue. So maybe I should have gotten red. Now I'm the search for Azcanta flipping into a blue source would have been a great reason to pick up our third red source when I cracked that that one card. Against green, I think we're gonna probably want this Marauder. And nothing in here yet for us, though. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. This is exactly the color that I wanted this card against. And insighting into a land is really my plan here. We're gonna do that. All the blue to really punish me for that land search mistake that I made earlier. But we do this and get a Marauder down. I like that. It's reasonable. Oh, did they change the prize structure? I didn't look closely, Fiddles. I'm glad they changed it, because last time was the sealed was pretty. Well, we still get to attack Sarkhan, so we land the dragon and kill Sarkhan. This is all right. And here, I like trading the Horn Beetle, trading off for the Horn Beetle, and then we'll kill Sarkhan. Let's do this. Mystic. Well, we don't have Niv yet. Mystic does some blocking. Oh, that's a good point. Let's see. Maybe I can't do that. Because this is going to trigger and go on the stack before I turn this into a not dragon. Oh, and it stays a dragon anyway. So yeah, that's actually rough. How are we going to win? Maybe we need to just send that away and look for our red. And we'll transform. All right, found our red. That's good too. Can't be countered. Yep, let's do this. Unfortunately, no attacks. Unfortunately, Sarkhan gets to plus. Can we untap with this Niv?
Come to me.
If he attacks, well, we gotta take this and hope we find some action after. Okay, Shivan Fire is big game. So if we... I want to read. Whenever I draw a card, deal damage. So we get the natural draw from our hand. We can use Insight to draw 2. That will allow us to kill Sarkhan off of Niv punches. Then I can Marauder the Hunger down and kill it. Or you can, let's see. Oh, Insight draws 3, does it? What do you mean it draws 3? Draws 2. Oh, Niv's text. Whenever... Oh, right. Sorry, thank you. Appreciate that. A lot of words to parse here. So that's important, because now we actually get to ping Galta and kill it with the Marauder attack. And then we have to give up... We'll have to send the Marauder into, like, the dragon. So let's do that. Okay, I'm laughing at you. I don't know why you're laughing at me. So now, killing Sarkhan.
You call that a hit?
Nice draw.
I fear no pain. There is no peace in defeat.
Now, we just Geist, tap down Dragon, attack with Marauder, kill Primal Hunter, and stay back on D? So, last cut stays in the deck and does exactly the job that I was trying to have it in the deck for. But we still might be dead. We'll see. Leaving everything else back. Well, if there was a turn to be slow, mapping out that sequence was certainly the place to take it slow. All right. We're going to offer the Geist for Annex and the Niv for Pumper. Take 3 and try to mow enough stuff down. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we find a land on top, we can spread 10 damage around, and that should get us there, right? So let's find a land on top. It doesn't take away abilities, it just makes an 0-1 and sits it on the ground. I think this is correct, though. Gotta block Annex, so, yep. If we find the land, though, we're gonna crush with this Fight with Fire. Oh, we already flipped, so we didn't find the land. Oh, it loses the ability. I thought it was talking about the creature type. Sorry. Yeah, it does lose abilities. Now, how do we not die? I guess... I guess we kill enough stuff here to live, right? We just have to start picking off the ones, though. Yeah, Siege Gang gives us a ton on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Siege Gang. Leaves us 3 left over. We do have now still nothing from Oppo that we can Daredevil. And... so we Shiv and Fire. We can, let's see, cycle. Let's cycle to draw. Then that's nice. You're a little bit late. Yeah, a lot of lines here. I'm just trying to find the right couple. And it's probably now attack with Marauder, kill Phoenix, and fight with Fire Dragon. Or we just leave the dragon up. Yeah, so let's fight the dragon. Yeah, we just kill everything here. If we just keep casting stuff, right? Leaving the dragon back for D. Dismiss one of them. Kill another one. And now, with blockers and an Essence Scatter, we're going to hold. We don't even need to take out those last two. Geez, Nantuko, why are you taking so long? Gosh, he plays slow. Yeah, Niv won us that game, right? We were up against it. Niv came down, broke my brain in a lot of respects, but then got us the game.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Yeah, Marauder MVP there, right? Marauder and Niv, co-MVPs of that game. Good luck, Peter Carter. I would say focus on early picks should be either the super powerful generic cards that go into any deck of that color or super powerful build-around cards that you can look to support afterwards. Or for super powerful cards, look for stuff that has recurring turn-by-turn value. I'm all about turn-by-turn value when I'm looking early at cube picks. What is going to not just be something that one for ones or is a creature on the board, but is an engine of value that recurs itself again and again. That was great, man. Good game. Thought you had me for a second, then Niv was like, nah, we got this. Just drop a Niv and we'll figure it out. All right. Let me see who's next. I'll challenge them. It's Magic. That's John. look like a mono deck right now, but a mono deck I'm gonna keep. Nothing amazing for turn 2, but we got an opt to go look. Thank you, Nan. Good sport. Well, that's a card I really wanted for our deck and couldn't find. Now we're gonna have to do some looking. There's a mountain. I'm gonna keep it. We don't have any red plays yet, but one assumes we will find some. I want both our colors. Sulphur Falls laughing at me for that keep. Do we cycle here? Yeah, I think so. We want to take care of this sprite. We have a hard counter for turn 3, and I want to dig for our more powerful stuff. Whew. Boy, we're in trouble. I'm gonna cycle and look for answers to that now. We got some burn though. Where's our burn? Hey, some burn. Really wanted to hold burn for the the Night Veil sprite, but we do not have that luxury. We are going to scorch this thief and do it while shields are down. Depending on what Oppo holds up and does here, I'm in for geisting the sprite. I mean, we got to stop this sprite or it's going to be bad. Fight with fire could be a way to do that. Uses up basically our whole turn for it, though. I'm going to go with a geist play here. And actually, I'll just hold down the... Well, the Reaper is almost an enchantment, but the Geist just blocks the sprite itself. However, I kind of expect our Geist to just die. I mean, we're up against blue-black, and we haven't played any cards for them to remove yet. So, yeah, one thing we might try and do is actually get us to 7 mana and be able to Mystic and hold a counter. Yeah, I feel like this almost doesn't matter. Like, we're just gonna get this is gonna be burned out of the sky. Let's tap the Reaper, and then at least if they burn this out of the sky, the Reaper doesn't attack this turn. Just so. Right now, I like the long game for John because of this unanswered sprite. But dropping a Siege Gang here will help with a lot of things. And the one thing they could have is like a... yeah, what is that? What is that one blue mana? What does the pause mean? Is there a... unsummon? Is there just cycle 1? Maybe just cycle 1. Ah, Sailor. There you go. Spell Pierce wouldn't have paused, because that was not pierceable. I mean, they might have Spell Pierce, but it wouldn't have explained the pause. All right, all right. At 6 mana, we can fight with fire and hold up a counter spell. We could also insight. I think at this point... yeah, Silent Departure is in our sideboard and not an instant. so it was not going to be that either. Yeah, I think Herschel is right. I'm afraid that the Mystic is just going to die, but if so, that's our lot. You want to hold counter and insight? Yeah, that's true. We could hold up the counter and the insight, and then we do set up that next turn Mystic didn't say please turn. All right, let's do that. Again, it's a little bit rough here, but at least these Goblin tokens are holding on the ground, holding the Reaper. Talrand, that was our dude. Really annoyed that John took our Talrand. But I think I still like... Is it crazy to still just want to insight here? Because we can eventually get to the... Like, I kind of want to get to 9 mana and just burn it all out. East wants to counter it. I'm going to let it happen and insight. And actually, we may even insight into scatter. So let's look for that. Yeah, I don't think we have. We didn't take the capture, but we do have scatter. So cool, 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 cool. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have the 7 that does the Mystic counter, but now I think we just want Shivan Fire on Talrand. Oh wait, sorry. We want Shivan's Fire on Midnight Reaper, and then we'll get Talrand. Oh, do we want... Well, I don't know if we want Mystic down this turn, but I suppose we do. Yeah, let me... I'm not casting anything till I think through my whole turn. Jeez. So, but I'm thinking about where we're spending stuff. So we're going to use Fire on Reaper. That's 1 mana. We need to kill Talrand right away. So that's at least 2 mana. So we can do 3 on these 2, and then the 4 left over is either Didn't Say Please or the Mystic. And yeah, let's get the... Well, so we will do the Mystic and then burn out the 2 problem children there. Reaper and Talrand, and then have an Air Force to deal with these. We do have 7 mana. We do. We got it. Actually get to attack there. Now we threaten some blocks in the air and say, what have you got? And I like holding on fight and see if we can't get 10 damage out of it. Although maybe I shouldn't be greedy. If we can get another bird. Ooh, that seems like it ought to be good here, right? Oh yeah. Dire Fleet coming through pretty nicely. I'm gonna do that now and go for the Sailor before Oppo gets any more value out of Sailor. And if we can find a 2 mana solution, which we can in the intervention, we get to leave up 3 for the DSP. CMC 3 or greater doesn't even qualify for either of those. We take that. Will X be 0? Why would it be 0? Just gonna try burning this out now. Oh yeah, that's right. If you thought it was cast for free, then it would be 0. But this is, fortunately for us, worse. And as long as we have these birds preventing the attack, I'm fine with leaving the sprite around, and we hold up DSP here. No. Four, five, six, seven. Here's 8, but we have an insight that we would like to get value out of. So I'm actually more about insight main phase, pitching the island, and looking for better action. All right. Guess we can attack first. At 18, we could give up a 1/1 to get in a bunch of damage. We need 2 back to threaten the sprite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 damage to give up a 1/1 flyer. Do we have lethal? I mean, you mean with an eventual fight? We need to get him to 10 for that to be lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need to find one more land. So, but I think it is worth it because, we get in the, because if we're close to lethal on fight, when I even get one more attack than I thought out of it. So yeah, this is fine. And now at 8 mana and a fight with fire, we're a land drop and a no counter from Oppo away from winning off of the fight with fire. Clutch is good for Oppo, but now it's lethal if we find a land on top. And close to lethal anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's lethal even without. We just got it. Because we just kill this sprite and then we have 10 attacking. Nice. Yeah, good games so far. Cube also seems to always offer up some exciting back and forth. Did I make that go away somehow? Where'd it go? I think I might have actually... No, there it is. Thank you, Dip. Appreciate that. How did I end up this dude? I gotta change my... Planeswalker. Alright, this is a nice keep. Opt on the first turn to set up the rest, but we have a 2/3 as well. If Hodge is on any kind of early creature plan, we've got the control for it. We do want land. I'm going to be greedy and assume we're going to run into it enough of it on our own that we don't need to keep it. There you go. Well, now we know exactly what kind of land we need. We're on the search for mountains now. Hey, nice draw. That is not something we're looking to use removal on. But we have it if we want it. I'm just going to keep passing here. We have a couple of instant speed burn spells and at least Siege Gang Commander next turn. If we don't, we need a third red source to get Niv going, but we can get the Siege Gang off of what we have already. Haj probably worried about counter magic here and thinking about what they want to offer up into our open mana. We'll give him a thinker pause. Now it is a thinker pause. Yeah, I still don't want to use anything. And Steam Vents is great. Lets us Niv next turn. I'm not going to bother hurting ourselves over it, though, right now. We might draw a mountain naturally, so I'm going to play this island and drop Siege Gang. There are worlds in which I wait for 7 mana so that we can Niv-Mize it and Shivan Fire on the same turn. Ambusher, certainly going to give Oppo a 3/3 here, but we will do... I'm going to hold off on Niv here to try and get the Ambusher dead. We'll see if that works. Wow, that Chandra we passed very, very late actually made it into Haj's deck. But that's good. Haj is saying not going to bother with Ambusher tokens. And we get to take those, kill the Ambusher, and crack back at Chandra. And we even got the mountain needed for the possible... Like, I almost want to save for the 10 damage fight with fire, but now Shivan Fire gives us Niv-Mize, Shivan Fire on the same turn. That's a lot of flexibility. I like that. I'm going to go with the fight play this turn, hold up the Scorching Dragon Fire, and at least cut Chandra down to a couple. I'll start with the attack, though. No sense letting him know what our ultimate plan is before we do this.
Well, that's rude.
And that's interesting, because now we could finish off Chandra with the Scorching Dragon Fire as well, which I like. So, I'm going to go... Dead Ambusher. Chandra, if we let her live, could cast what? Slaying Fire? Do we care? I mean, we may just get Chandra anyway. I think I'll wait. Like... he can't even do the -2. All Haj can do is add a loyalty or make some 1/1s. And yeah, we can just wait, but it costs 2 damage, and if that's what we're gonna do with it anyway, I'm just gonna do it now. Forget it.
Time to sleep for a week.
Beast Whisperer is great and is going to be exactly what we want, like, was why I'm holding here. We get to Niv-Mize it and use Shivan Fire to kill the Beast Whisperer. That's great. Gotta take some pain here to get it done, though. Yeah, we may as well swing in. Because if they do block, we get to take out the Beast Whisperer and the Rejuvenator, since basically Shivan Fire does 2, and then the card draw has Niv do 1. So good call on attacking first from Kruzica. Haven't done the math yet, Amazon, on EV. We're actually playing... oh man, I want this Essence Scatter for that. But if they go back for the Beast, we do have Essence Scatter for whatever they go for. Yeah, we could hold... David suggests holding the passage for Jumpstart, but didn't we... no, we didn't do that this game. I also... This is a pretty mana-hungry deck, though. And it thins the deck of land, so there's an argument for playing it, too. We'll see. If we draw a land, it becomes obvious. Then we play this land and hold the other. Well, that's awfully suspicious. Suggests a 4 damage spell, and I'm not going to fall for it. Well, it could just be a bluff, but the point is the risk is too high. Hodge is a smart cookie and knows that there's basically no world in which I would block with Niv if it meant that it is possible that he could die. So actually, Hodge probably has nothing, but the cost is just too high. He just knows it's a great bluff because there is no world in which I risk Niv-Mize against a red deck. Well, let's kill it. And we'll play the field. And so about holding passage versus not, I'm going to play it. If we draw the Jumpstart draw spell, we probably find land in our card drawing, you know? I'm just going to play it. And we'll hold the scatter. This doesn't have trample, and we have a lot of chumps. I'm going to start sending in the air and try and get it done. Oh, except it has reach, because I'm an idiot. Shh, 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 shh. All right, he got us. I'm going to punt myself for that. Green reach! Boy, I'm glad my hair is safe. East says that's the game. Nah, it's just going to make for an incredible comeback. Watch. Yeah, I mean, come on. It's a mythic with reach. I just forgot. But I should look. It's right there. See that little symbol? It means reach. What? How do we come back from that mistake? Untapped GG's not showing me my deck, unfortunately. I guess I can bring it up on this window. Tragic error, but let's see. We could find Dungeon Geist would be a great draw. So let's start there. Let's just get Dungeon Geists. Yeah, I'll try to remember to crack package or passage. So, despite throwing away the literal best card in my deck, like not even close, far and away the best card in my deck, we still are not dead. We are
Your friend here is only
on the
mostly dead.
Look at that. See? No problem. Although, with this much in the yard, we are going to be looking at this thing coming back. So if this comes back, it's a 5/3, and they will effectively draw 3 cards. That's quite a play, really. I'm surprised Haj hasn't snapped that play off yet. In fact, I'm wondering what he's thinking about. Ah. No. Your mom attacked a 5/5 into a 5/6 reach, Numenor. That would be cool if she did, because then that means your mom plays Magic. Well, we had a chance. That chance is now gone. Let's move on. I mean, I could block a couple times, but I'm just done here. Yeah, best case scenario, Ox was good, but I'm not super high on it either. I bet he got it super late though. All right. Well, chat, you got one. No 7-0 for me this week. That massive punt sure didn't help, but looks like with the fight creature, Haj would have had a good spot for us. Good spot to beat us anyway. Sorry about the boneheaded attack, though. All right, Cheese. Let's do this. Now I got it. You two. See you on the other side. Well, Started off strong 2-0. Chat has crawled back to keep it within 1. I find in all best of 7 series, whether it's Major League Baseball, NBA, or Magic with you all, Game 4 is always the big turning point game. Because the end of Game 4 in a best of 7, either one person has a, crazy lead at 3-1 or 4-0, or it's tied 2-2, right? So it's always pushes it after Game 4. In this case, I don't like this opener. We're gonna have to throw this back. We got the wrong mix to hit this. I mean, I guess if you showed me literally a island on top, I would keep, but we got to throw this back. We'll keep this. Hope that Niv lands eventually. I think we actually have to send back the DSP here, given that we can't currently cast it. We can cast this on 2 and this on 3 if need be, so I'm going to pitch the thing that we can't currently cast. Duress is pretty good here, but can't get Niv, at least. Passage on 4 gets us nicely towards Niv, at least. If we find some lands in the meantime, we will know which ones to get when we crack the passage. Yeah, aggro's a thing in this cube. Nobody seemed to draft it, but there's definitely aggro cards. And I think that if you went in with a mindset of, I'm going to mono-red it, maybe we'll, after this, use our draft token and try to, like, force mono-red in cube, see what happens. Yes, could have played the passage there, but, yeah, maybe I should have. I'm being greedy about trying to get Niv out on time, because if we draw additional lands, we'll be really happy to know what to fetch with Fabled Passage, but having Neutralize is a reason to play it, for sure. Could be a reason to cycle this here, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna just draw. All right, now, again, this is another spot to get the passage in if we want, but now we don't need to. I'm going to go Dorat, Mountain, and we get passage untapped next turn anyway. Nothing to skewer, but we do have the Spectacle to do it. Not going to go to face with skewer here. Also, not cracking the passage does leave more lands in our deck to find. Ooh, that's a bit rough. I'm going to go passage, hold up, neutralize here over light up the stage. Yeah, quite a lot going on here. Looks like maybe a base green 5-color good stuff. Alro Music is raiding. Thank you for that raid. Got 19 folks coming to join us here. That scares the crap out of me, and I'm going to counter it. We could counter what they get, but it might be something that can't be countered, and also we would have to wait till the next turn, so I'm just going to counter this. generally better to counter what they get. I agree, Deacon, but in this case, I felt it was, you know, we didn't know what was going to happen this turn. Now I could light to get the land. Yeah, we could skewer and light. I think... Let's see, what have we seen so far? Is this going to be like creatureless? It may be that skewer doesn't have good targets here anyway. We could also just hold the DSP. I think we need a light, though. We got to find land for our buddy Niv, so let's do that. We're going to get some meme value here and do that. Hold on, I'm going to turn those off, and then...
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and watch a chump like a candle. Dance!
You can get a play. Get Rog! Oh no. But we can get that. So we'll just do our attack and then kill it. So if we go field first, we don't get to hold up the please. And it's more important to me to hold up the please than to get an extra point from the field critic play. So just gonna skewer. Yeah, none of that. None of that, Golos. Go away, Los. We did help him out with the skeleton mill. Somebody called that out, that this is maybe not the best option for counter spells. It's almost weaker than cancel because it can support graveyard strategies, as it just did there. I'm not going to not play the island, even though it leaves them knowing exactly what's going on here. Maybe I should hold the island for discard fodder. I don't know if there's a generic discard, but we will... I'm just going to go on field here and hold the land. All right, good, good, good. Arcbow is interesting. We'll see what they come up with it. I've never was really impressed with this in draft, but certainly in a late game situation where you've got mana, 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 turning your lands into something real is no joke. But neither is Niv-Mize. Looks like he's working on Cheese is working on getting the blast zone, potentially even up to Niv-Mize level, although maybe cracking it on 2 and just getting rid of these 2 is worth it as a 0 for 1 if you don't consider lands a spell. That worked out. I said 2 for 1 or 2 for 0, but it cost Cheese their Arcbow. At least Niv is still alive. We haven't found the action to really make Niv sing, find some card draw, but I'm going to go to the face with Niv's draw ping, because if we draw into... Although we can look at what we draw. We might have lethal here, depending on... Well, something like that. Why all you all gotta kill my Niv-Mize with things that aren't instants of sorceries? At least give me a darn draw out of it. That's so rude. Rude. Pretty big dude, too. Most of our burn isn't going to get it done. We are in serious trouble now. And if we play Saheeli, she just dies. So I guess she doesn't just die, but clearly not worth playing. Yeah, Cavaliers are my only problem. If it ain't a Cavalier, I gotcha. Well, we need ourselves a card draw engine pronto. We need Chemister's Insight. I wouldn't even mind a Direfleet Daredevil. Search is card draw, and this can be chumped, so I'm going to play Saheeli, play Search, and create a chump. Although I guess it's not, because they can make they're going to make a 4/4 or whatever, but I don't know, got to do something. Yeah, this is 5-color Cavalier is quite bold, but getting there for cheese right now. Lots of outs. Lots of outs. Not Island Mountain, though. Those do not qualify. I'm going to main phase this in case we find sorcery action we need. Insight gets us chumps, so we'll take that. Unlikely that we're going to be able to cast anything off of it, but let's make sure. We'll do it now. Well, there you go. We can cast something off of it. Could leave the land for pitching. And Intervention can kill the Cavalier. So, not dead yet.
But your friend here is only mostly dead.
Threatening parity. Yep, we have a second chump in case of removal. Well, if they had killed Saheeli, we would at least have had some extra time. That's pretty good. Elves, fires. Ugh, fires is gross. Nylea, Tyrant. All right. Well, there you go. Fires is a good reason to be running this kind of thing. All the one, you know, my issue with fires in Cube is that it's like, it's so build around that if you don't find it, you end up trying to hard cast things like Cavalier of Night. Siege Gang. That provides a lot of chumps. And that's kind of what we need, although Trample does not help there. We're gonna get got by Trample Tyrant. I don't think we can win this. Certainly not gonna be with Siege Gang. I don't think we have time for that. And I mean, we can't. Siege Gang isn't even enough, right? Yeah, and Tyrant can't be countered, and Siege Gang counters aren't enough because it can't be targeted either. I guess with all the tokens, maybe we could have. Yeah, we'll see. All right. Anyway, blocking here. I'm not trading for the skeleton because not only can he get it back, but I want this for potential chumping. But I kind of with Haj that this is too far gone. Let's see though. We can do X of 4 here. That's got to be where it starts. Oh yeah, do we want a Mystic first? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. X of 4 leaves us with 5. We can Murmur, but then is that... Yeah, we can Mystic and copy and make a bunch of tokens. That's fair. Okay, we'll do that first. And now get some stuff out of that. It's like there was a point of having Saheeli in the deck or something. Weird. Still feels like we're in bad shape, but maybe we can get enough on the ground now to trade off with a Tyrant. And we're not blocking. This doesn't have haste or anything, so we'll attack with this now even. Got to get him dead somehow. One more copy. What do you mean one more copy? How do we make another copy, East? You mean next turn? Maybe East is talking about what we need to do to get enough tokens to be able to manage a Tyrant. Sorry, Saheeli's loyalty is 3. I can move over to this side if you want to see that a little more clearly. So let's do the same copying thing, and then yeah, we're going to totally insight here.
Do I have your attention now?
Mm-hmm. And I like Face with Crusher to get further tokens. Well, if we've been not sandbagging lands, we'd be able to play this land and drop the Crusher, too. That would have been nice. All attack. We can send in the birds, leave everything else back. We have enough going on that 2 birds can go here. I'm noticing that this Carnage Tyrant does not have a reach symbol on it, so I'm... Field of the Dead for some token generation of Cheese's own. Love it. Cheese's deck is pretty sweet. Let's face that. We were raising an eyebrow early about the Cavalier in a greedy, clearly 5-color deck, but then Fires fully explained that. This doesn't have trample, right? So 12/12 is annoying, but chumpable. Shivan Fire can't go to the face, so not super useful here. Probably going to do an Azcanta. We have 9 cards left. Saheeli can't really tick up at all anymore, so we've gotten the action we're going to get from her. I guess I like starting with Azcanta. Just okay, the others are bottom. I didn't want to... we do have some bounce, right? Don't we still have the... Oh, dismissal. We did have some bounce. So I'm going to start here. Hey, friend. Do we have it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not right now, but we can untap with it. And what can we do with it? We could go fire for 5 and this to... Well, we don't have enough mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So... we can set up for lethal with birds. We just need to make sure we don't die to Tyrant. We're going to drop a Bone Crusher. Six. Let's see. 4, 5, 6. 7. Yeah, the Giant provides a lot of ability to trade off with the Carnage Tyrant. So six is enough. All right, I'll trust Mike's math on the 6. Yeah, we're trying to do fire to the face eventually, but next turn. Yeah, Devotion, but this doesn't have trample either, right? So as long as we have these chumpers, I think we're fine. Is that... yeah, like that's okay. It's still okay. If they spend their whole turn on Platinum Angel, we just have to split up our fight. Yeah, we can split 10 however we want. Whoa. Anything making haste over there? Yeah, kicked Shivan is even better, because although we can't probably do it all at that point. Yeah, so we could do a good point. We could at least do Shivan for two of the points. All right, I think we got it. Ooh, is that going to be enough life? Interesting. This could be a spot where, depending on how they go with it. All right, we're going to do a, with that play, we're going to do something a little sneaky. A little sneaky. Anybody? Oh, trample is rough, though. Trample is a real problem. I can fire my own token, but the trample is, it has trample. Shadow Spear gave it trample. Wow, of all the things that it came down to, it was the Shadow Spear we declined to take. Doesn't he just die if we kill Angel? Well, all right. Cast fire to make 2 blocks. We can't... I don't know what that means. How do we make 2 tokens? Oh, because of Saheeli, right. Saheeli and Mystic. Yeah. Okay, so where do we need to put that? I guess we put it on the Giant. We can't kill the Angel, so it's okay. Like, we just needed the bodies. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many is this? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We don't... Fight with fire is not an instant, folks. How do we live? Yeah, so we barely get there. That gets 1 through, but kills it. Then 1, 2. Oh, actually, you can do like group blocks, can't you? Wait. I'm gonna try this. It's like. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it doesn't die. Maybe there's no way we can kill it. Yeah, so there's no way we can kill it. So then really we're just trying to make sure we have the right amount of life. So let's let this happen and kill that. Medi, I was just seeing if we could. Just seeing if we could, because if this game doesn't end next turn, then there could be other turns. But you're right, it doesn't matter. So do we, with 13 trample, we're taking 1 here, that's at 4, 13, 12, 11, 10. We need to stop 10 of this. And with 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we can leave a couple of other attackers. Here, I can go to deck building for a second if you want. So, oh, 7 on the Tyrant. That's a good point. Wait, 4? No, it's 6. Yeah. So that's 2. Right. We do need to go back there with some more toughness. Right. So we got to have at least that, right? So Populous says there's no way to do 27 next turn, which is why I was looking at trying to kill the giant, because that if we could kill the giant, then maybe we still find a way to get there. Oh yeah, they're out of cards. Okay, that's another thing I wasn't realizing. They can't draw. that's the final piece I was missing. Oppo is going to draw and lose. Got it. What a complicated game. So but did we get it? Numenor's like, geez. Well, sorry, I didn't notice. So in that case, yeah, we should just block everything, right? I mean, we see all the cards, but now I'm just going to throw everything on everything. Like, it doesn't matter. We just want all blocks all day. Magic's hard, streaming's hard, math is hard, life is hard. Risk it, I don't know, it might... Can't we... I mean, we see their hand. Risk what? Risk this, I guess. Yeah, that's right. They even have fires. They can't do anything. That was a safe situation. Well, sorry it took me so long to understand the empty library thing. I obviously didn't see that and was planning around having to play another turn. Wasn't pretty, but I did notch the win. Well, to be fair, I would have still done all of that and then won. I just wouldn't have realized how I was going to until it happened. So, chat can't have that one. I even though I didn't notice until extremely late, I would have actually won that way. Even if I'd never seen it, I would have won that way. And then I would have already gone... then I would have gone, wait, how did I win? What happened? All right, Doctor. Yeah, that was a great game, Cheese. Kind of came down to leaving Saheeli alive, right? Well, Deacon, come on. If I were on it, if there were a rope, I would have behaved differently, of course. Come on. It's not like I play exactly the same rope or unrope. I would see some of it. I'm not going to have the hubris to suggest that I would see everything I miss on stream, off stream, but I certainly see more, and that's borne out in the numbers. I guess I'll start on Mountain. We do have a Shivan Fire. They could play Llanowar Elves or something. Oh, it may have been, we were doing constructed play a lot more in the past, and at that point I was letting people challenge me in constructed games. It was certainly a factor. There's a lot of things that went into the outcome of that last game. Yeah, I should probably take it down, but whatever. You can spend on it. Go ahead. Spend on it. Somebody redeem Constructed Challenge. Not going to play anything here. Right on, Numenor. Thanks for all your contributions and thoughts, and we'll catch you next time. Maybe so, cheese, maybe so. Oh, it's out of stock? Well, I probably put it on 0 because of that. That may have been my solution. Yeah, nothing to fire here, so we're just going to let that go. Oh, a good draw here in the Fabled Passage. We could kill it. We could also wait and kill it later and get the Mystic down right now. I kind of like maxing the mana and doing the Mystic. Mike says skewer it, but we can skewer it next turn and get Mystics. I'm going to be greedy and Mystic. We want to kind of keep an even... We have a lot of red here. And there's more blue in the deck, so I'm going to get my third red source over third blue source for Niv-Mize considerations. Ah, right. Mike thought we only had 3. Sneaky good, huh? Warkite doesn't seem like much, but man, you combine it with Burn, and it turns all of your shocks into Gauntlet killers, you know? Wanderer is maybe a little scary, but we can kill 2 things here. And I'm actually gonna, let's see, it loses all abilities, so let's actually make the Tithe Taker lose his abilities so that it doesn't get the token. And we still have the damage to kill everything we want to here. Oops. Fire that. And skewer that. Which I think I like over the Wanderer. Tough to say. Both of these are kind of equivalent power levels, really, but I think we'll get this eventually anyway, so it's all right. And we can get Azcanta. Yikes. This is a very good card. If the tokens start landing, I mean, I don't know what we do about a million angels, so... But drawing cards seems good. Let's take that. It means no action this turn. It actually goes to a graveyard. We should actually put that in graveyard, because then it's like drawing a card. Since it has the old jump start. And good, we got land. Man, Siege Gang plus Divine Visitation would be funny. Let's send everything here, shrinking that down. And gang it up. Now the Marauder starts turning everything into things we can mow down with goblin tokens even. As Mike just points out. Vraska's probably got to take out the Marauder. That's how good it is, huh? That's good for us, though. Now I think they are just dead, right? We burn out this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we just need to send one more into the face. I think we're good. I'm going to library that, even though it's not needed right now. If I'm missing something and we don't have this, that will be important. But I think it's literally just GG. It's all, whatever, it all wins. I'm just doing the math. I'm just making sure I got 9, and this is 9. All right, we got him dead before that visitation took over, and I think it would have, really. We had, especially with the Marauder dead, we had a plan with the Marauder, but once the Marauder was gone, we needed to close that out. Yeah, and for those of you coming up with different ways to win, they were tapped out. We just needed to find any line that produced 9 damage, and I used that one. Next up, the Jinx. We got 2 more games to play here. And that's my 4th win, right? So I got the week. I got the week! Suck it, chat. Except I love you. Okay, I'm gonna cancel and well, I'm gonna skip ahead. I'm gonna see if my final round match is available. If Sir Tur, if you're available, let's play now. We'll find out. Do I not have you as a buddy? Let's see. Already friends, so then where did I just miss it? Or maybe you're not showing up? Yes, you are. Should be right here, unless they're offline. In which case, yeah, I show these offline, so it, okay. Gonna start up. We will see, it'll be a race. It's a race between Sir Tur and the Jinx. Solar, this is the Arena Cube. We are drafting the actual Arena Cube right now. Wait, where'd it go? I wanted to say yes. Oh well, I'll try. No, we just took Wizard's cube design and ran with it. We're going first. We got Dorat. Right on. Let's do it. Dorat into Saheeli. Our best card, waiting in the wings. Might be good to get that thing dead, but also expecting Oppo to need to set up for a couple of turns here. So I'm going to go with Dorat for now. And try to get Alseid when shields are down with the Dragonfire. but next turn may even just go with Saheeli. All right, that suggests some important action. Boy, we could also just drop Saheeli here and she survived, but then we don't get to really minus her. I'm going to Scorch Alseid over holding up Didn't Say Please. Do I regret it? Let's find out. That's pretty good, but I think we can manage that maybe. Kinda. I'm gonna opt looking for land here. Found it, but it is not the island we would need for a Didn't Say Please. However, I'm going to keep it since it gets us towards Niv, and it is a land. And we can play Saheeli and make a distraction. Like, then we can, Dorat will be a 4/4. Yeah, Saheeli no attack is good here. It's not even a distraction, it's just, it's actually, now we have a blocker. If they send in, Taranika, we get to block. Unless that happens. Now we're in a bit of trouble, but if we happen to luck out in our land draws and we can get to get Commander into Niv, we have a chance. But man, with that Marshal, maybe we don't. Look at that. How do you... What a turn, right? You'd think that on turn 4, simply baffling end something of ours would be a turn, but no. Baffling end and Benalish Marshal. Whoa. All right, well, we did get some of the land we need to have any prayer here, so let's start there. Okay. No real choice here. We got to take out the tank. Can't spell Taranika without tank. Hexproof Vigilance. Might as well throw it all on. In case there's some one white remove a token that I don't get or understand. I don't know. Yeah, this is nonsense. Full on curve out turn 5. Now, if this were just a regular island, maybe even then I think we are just... No, if this were a regular island, we would have a prayer, but we don't. There you go, aggro viable. I mean, I could have cycled, but there's nothing... We had no tools to beat that. And it's a good way, like, honestly, if all we ever did is play cube, and all I wanted to do was make sure that I never lost my hair bet, I think I would just force mono red or mono white every week, because it's really hard to not come up with one win. One win with a aggressive mono strategy like that. Not too hard to come up with 7 wins, you know. I'm just saying though that to defend my hair, Jay Amison, if chat 07s me in any Friday Gauntlet event, then I turn over control of my haircut. Jim, thanks. I'll try and remember that, Jim. But when basically, if I go 07, chat gets to decide my next haircut. Sure, Mike, let's play again. A little extra time with Mike. Yep. The only thing, I have 7-0'd chat once, and I used that to protect my eyebrows, although I have been talking about trying to find a time cap for this bet, but since it's not even a bet, it's just an offer, since chat doesn't have anything on the line, only I do, it's just an offer. That being said, I think that offer should probably have a deadline. We can keep this. Righto. Well, we could Dragon Fire that. No need, though. Let's open on Warkite Marauder over the Scatter, over holding up Scatter. Red aggro is going to have some action here, but... Oh, Mike is doing his joke deck again. Come on, Mike. Let's play a game for real. Funny, funny. I want to play a cube deck. That was a cool hand. Wasted on your joke. All right, somebody challenge me who actually has a cube deck. And not you, Mike. You've lost your place in line. And then there's like nobody else available. All right, I'm going to take a moment to refill my beverage then. Be right back. All right, gang. No more fakey shenanigans required. We just get to play. No red yet, but I think we keep. My only question is whether we cycle the sandbar, but we get a draw to find out anyway. We have a cycle sandbar, we have cycle neutralize. Well, we know who the villain is. It's all right. We're gonna find us some exile removal. Although, if Jinx drops Oven, I might just have to scoop on principle. Go with Marauder. We have the Essence Scatters. This isn't going to be countered. Maybe it gets killed, but... I guess it could be Quench. I don't know if Quench is in the cube, but... Oh, thanks. Okay. We can hold up Neutralize. We can hold up Bone Crusher Giant. This is not an instant. This is a sorcery. So the only ones we can keep up at instant are these. Edict's got Mega Flashback. We could actually do this next turn. That's interesting. Sorry, I was thinking about if we Dire Fleet doing the Edict, we get to use the Edict effect and exile it so that Jinx doesn't get to use it again. But yeah, let's hold up our instance here. Well, but if you get rid of the familiar before they can make any food, then you can kind of be done. They might have, you know, graveyard. There's all sorts of things that could get back, such as this, like get back a kitty. We're not going to counter that because we have the burn in hand for it. Really wanted to find a land there. Did not. Now am kind of on... What plan are we on? We can play Bone Crusher. We can hold up Neutralize. We could dismiss the kitty. Just Giant. Mike and Dave just want to make a Giant. All right. I'll make a Giant. I think it's just dead, but we've already gotten value out of it, so that's fine. All right, got some land, and that's important because we need to kill some Ashiok. Does this hit Planeswalkers? Okay, we can just kill Ashiok with the Invention. And we can do that right now. So I'm just going to do that. And then maybe even offer offer the giant. What if I send at Ashiok now? Let them decide, because maybe they just block familiar with familiar. Maybe they don't double block. If they double block, that's fine. You want to keep giant back to block? We don't care though, right? I kind of want to see if we can trick them into protecting Ashiok that's going to die anyway. That's what I'm feeling. And also, if they let us hit Ashiok, we can rethink our turn. Mike may be trying to, well, I don't know. Mike has historically tried to help and hurt me in on Friday drafts, so who knows what he's up to. But I'm going to go for it, and then I think it just gets us a free chump here. Or the trade. The trade is fine with me, too. Exiles, yeah, I guess that's fine. Yeah, we didn't need those stupid islands anyway. Almost didn't pick up this card. Felt like, I'd rather have, you know, your generic, you know, deal 2 damage or whatever than this X spell. But it has been great. It has been very important to our day so far. Well, we could light up the stage, taking a look for some more land. But with Neutralize and Oppo not doing all that much, I think we hold again and try and find some land naturally. We can only Edict if we do the Daredevil thing anyway. Yeah, that's true. Castle just gets to activate again and again, but I mean... Are we really going to do this and then just give him free reign next turn? Maybe we have to. Really need to find some land, right? Haj says just pass. All right, I was on the fence, and the first thing I saw is Haj saying pass, so I'm just gonna do it. Move on here. We give him 1 turn with a castle, and we'll get desperate next turn. Also, the thing with castle, maybe they find something awesome, and we counter it here, and then we can then that takes away their scrying for next time. Top is hard to see. Oh, just hard casting it, so we're going to snap that off. And we found our Sulfur Falls. Awesome. I'm going to go Siege Gang here. Over. Still, the only thing we could get is Edict. I like dismissing the token. I mean, we could just kill the token, but... Dismiss got to do something. And by kill, I mean, like, sack a goblin. I don't want to have to sack a goblin yet. This allows us to get in cleanly, light up the stage, and hold up 2 mana for the scatter. Scooby-dat-doo-dat-dat-bow.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal. Light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
Yep, we could Daredevil the Edict. We'll get to that eventually. I like that we have Scatter here now and Didn't Say Please. Obviously, well, we gotta go shields down here, but sure. Gonna counter that. I mean, if we don't counter it, we lose the Didn't Say Please anyway. Ooh, fun stuff going on here that we milled. Vile Offering, very good. Gosh. Who knew we killed the wrong thing? I mean, not that we had... we could have bounced it, but obviously bouncing would be not good. 3-2 every turn. Well, Niv-Mize still would get it done. I don't know if we have any turtle lunchboxes. One, two, three, four. So we have 7. That doesn't allow us to Niv and do anything, but I'm gonna do it. We'll do this. If Niv lives, we have a chance. If Niv dies, we are probably just going to lose to this overwhelming combo that we can't really interact with fast enough. We can Daredevil something. Actually, with Niv, we can Karn's Temporal. Let's do that. With Daredevil, draw a land and get to Temporal. Oh, that would be cool. But we can move Link, and I'll choose something else. How about... It's a small box, but let's get some pony action going. The light up so won you the game. Shocked you did not let me kill Gabo and just get a free turn since I could not cast anything. Oh, well, that's interesting. Maybe sets us up to... to break up this combo. Yeah, I know he'll still get one, but maybe we can kill 2 next turn is what I'm thinking. Like, that's why I'm stopping to think. Like, that maybe there's a way to get 2 next turn. But I'm really enamored with the idea of Dire Fleeting the Temporal Sundering now. I still think we should be trading, though. So this isn't about my thinking that we do have the ability to take out 2 of them. It's just my thinking that we should be trading. Let's go face... See, yeah, because now I'm going to take a risk here on that. We can play Yeah, actually, let's go now. I was going to be fancy, but we didn't get the mana. Yeah, we can Daredevil the Mythos or the Edict. Both of them work. Edict's cheaper, right? And it gets it out of their yard. Because we cast the Edict, it triggers Niv, we draw a card, we ping the one thing that's left, and then they have to sack the remaining one. So let's be more mana efficient. And get rid of the... get rid of the Edict. If they want to sack Thassa, Mike, are we unhappy with that? I mean, what do you mean? Like, yeah, first it wasn't a creature, but second, if they could make it a creature and sack it, we'd be thrilled, right? Yeah, I don't know how over that was, given that that he could still tap, but anyway, we got there. White Weenie did me in, and what was the other loss? It was when green deck that got me, Haj with the big green fight stuff, right? Yeah, Haj beat us down with greenies. Yeah, funnily enough, though, that mega punt of attacking my best card into its doom didn't even cost me that game. We could raid, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. I think I'm going to... Let me ask you something. Like, I could use the Friday afternoon here, but I'm enjoying doing the... We could do the Force Mono Red, but also we've been doing the cube thing. Do you want me to... Do you care if I do work on building the cube over the weekend? I'm trying to think. I don't fully understand what content I'm aiming for on the cube thing yet. I've recorded me building the cube. I'm trying to figure out if I need to do every bit of work for the cube we're working on stream together, or whether I can do some of it off. Maybe I'll think about that and decide over the weekend. I don't know what's up, Breeden. I sure hope you can figure out how to resub with your streak intact and all that stuff. So let's... All right, I'm going to do an Arena Cube draft. I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube. I'm going to do an Arena Cube draft where we force red and see how that goes, and then not play it, and then gonna send you to Nantuko. So Nantuko is mid draft too, though, or about to start a draft. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I should just send you to Nantuko. Trying to think of it. I'm kind of yammering though. Let me start by saying, hey, YouTube friends, thanks so much hanging out for that one. I got chat again this week. Now I've got the one. Now I'm the one with the streak going, and the hair is safe. Some embarrassing punts on my part, but came out of it okay in the end on record, and certainly came out of it okay on the end and having fun with you all. So thanks for hanging out with me, chatting, playing, thinking, and figuring out this crazy game we play. Bye.